Hi everyone, I'm Michelle of Michelle's Wig Reviews. Today I thought I would do something a little bit different. I thought we would do a tutorial and I will show you 4 ways to style a little pixie wig like this. And this video is on behalf of Wigs by Patti's Pearls. Featured in this video is a new style by Estetica. This is Ember, and the color is Silver Sun rooted with an 8, which we will look at later in the video. But this style is part of their new Swiss lace collection, and we'll get a good look at all the details, do a brief review, and then go over those 4 different styling options for this style. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, Ember here is just an adorable little pixie style, very short all around, except that you do have some length in the front here with this side swept fringe, which I love because that allows for some different styling options, and it's just a look I happen to really like. I feel like this is not too poofy and just a pretty look. You do have the fringe here, as I said, and if you pull it all forward, that's the length you have. So it's easy to sweep this to the side, and this is exactly how the style arrived on my doorstep. I have not done any styling at all or used any product. So you can see it's really ready to wear. You don't really need to trim these bangs, at least not with my shape of face. If you needed to do that, of course you could, or you could take it to a hairdresser, but I think this length is perfect for sweeping to the side and is just so pretty. We have, the details are, we have an extended lace front, and it runs from about here to here on me. And you do have this rooted color, so you do have some darker knots in the front, as you can see. But if you wear it the way you typically would down like this, you're not going to see any of that, of course. And we have a full mono top, so that gives you the option to style her center, left, or right, whichever you prefer. And you certainly could create some scalp appearance if you wanted to with powder or however you like to do that. So let's go ahead and get a quick look at her from all sides. Here she is from the right and the back. And you can see all those layers and that nape area. Looks very natural, I think. And the left, back to the front. So just as cute as a button, really. And I think this is a very comfortable style. These synthetic fibers should last you a good long time, especially at this length, of course. Let's go ahead and we'll look at the cap construction, and then we'll go over the styling options. So here we have that extended lace front. As you can see, it comes about a third or halfway down the ear tabs on both sides. This front portion here is that Swiss lace, which is in their new collection. And as you can see, the grid is slightly larger than it is on traditional lace, but it is more bendable. And I understand that this might be more comfortable for any of you who find that the traditional lace is a little irritating. That's not the case with me, but you certainly can give that a try, and you saw what that looked like against my skin. Then we have the full mono top, and this allows you to part the style center, left, or right, whichever you prefer. I love that feature. We have the ear tabs with metal stays, an extended nape for a bit of extra coverage, and hook style adjusters. Now I have a 22-inch circumference head, and even though this cap felt comfortable on my head right out of the box, because it's a pixie style and I want to be sure to cover my bio hair in the back, I did loosen the adjusters just a little bit on both sides. But I certainly think this will be comfortable for a 22-inch circumference and maybe even slightly more. The open wefting in the back and on the sides creates a nice and stretchy cap. So I'll put her back on and we'll look at some styling options. So the first style I'm showing you is the way she came right out of the box. All I did was play with her with my fingers a little bit and arrange those fibers where I want them. And that creates this adorable, very natural looking style with really no effort whatsoever. So that's the first look. You certainly could create a heavier bang if you like that. You certainly could create a little bit of volume if you like that. So that's the first look, just very natural. Then let's try her with a headband. And so I want to pull some, but not all of the fibers back, because I think, of course, that bang is just so cute and I want to display that, but I like to create a little more poof around the edges of the headband when I do that. So that's what that looks like. I think it's just adorable. At least when I tried it before, I thought it looked really pretty from all sides. Just adds a little bit of interest. It's just a different way to style her if you want to change. So that's the second look. Now next, we're going to use a little bit of product, and I saved that for last because once you apply that product, of course, it does change the appearance of the style. And what I like to use for this is the Jon Renau Peace Out Contour Fiber Creme. And also this is available at Wigs by Patti's Pearls. This is a paste. It's a wig styling paste, and I like to apply it to my fingers and then rub my fingers together just like that. It has a little bit of a tacky feel, as you can see there. Once you apply this, it really helps create a lot of hold. You can create little spikes if you like that in your pixie styles, and it washes out very easily. However, once it's on there, you will notice a change in how the style looks. So I think for this next style, what I want to do is create just a little bit of a lift, but not with all the fibers. I want to leave some wispy fibers out. Maybe we'll just go ahead. And now I have that product on my fingers, and I'm just going to apply it back here, just to style these fibers back a little bit and have more of a separation, and then just wispy bangs in the front. Oh, that is cute. I think maybe, should this one go up? This is my first time trying this, so I hope you'll bear with me, but I like that. I think that is a cute look and just creates more of a wispy bang look in the front and really changes the appearance overall. So cute. You can also tuck fibers behind your ears, of course, and I have a little bit of bio hair showing there, or you can leave the sides out, a little more natural and messy looking around the ears, but there you go. That's the second look. I'm going to take a photo of that, and then I'll come back and we'll do the final style. So the final style I want to try is to style all the fibers up and away from the face, kind of like this, and just slicked back. And hopefully that'll stay in place. Again, I'm going to use the Jon Renau cream, apply it to my fingers like this. And, you know, a little bit goes a long way. Don't overdo it, definitely. And now I'm just going to apply that here in the front. I avoid the knots, of course. Gosh, that's cute too. This really ends up just looking almost like you wore your hair back in a ponytail if it was longer, but I think that is wonderful. And now you don't feel any fibers around your face at all. Again, you could tuck it, maybe that's best. And depending on your circumference, you might have a little bit of the nape fibers showing. With my 22-inch circumference, that tends to stay concealed in the back when you're looking at it from the front, but I think that is also an elegant look. So now let's briefly talk about the color. I wanted to read you the description for SilverSunRT8. It is described as an iced blonde. You can see those blonde tones there. They are so iced that it almost appears gray to my eye. I'm not a color expert, but it's definitely a very cool, ashy blonde, dusted with soft sand and golden brown roots. And so thanks to the different tones of blonde, you have some dimension there, as you can see, and that makes it interesting. And then you have those warm brown roots, as you can see here in the parting space and also in the front. But I think it's just gorgeous and looks very natural, especially if you have any dark brown bio hair showing like I do here on the sides, then I really like to have some darker rooting. So just a beautiful color, a cute little pixie style. I wanted to remind you that if you're interested in Ember here, you can purchase her at wigsbypattispearls.com. I wanted to thank you for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.